Karl Malone, one of the greatest NBA players of all time, had a career spanning 19 years, 2 MVP awards, and 14 All-Star selections. He was a dominant force on the court, leading the Utah Jazz to the NBA Finals twice in the 1990s. However, beneath the surface, there was a tragic story. Despite his incredible success, Malone's personal life was marred by a difficult upbringing, mistakes in his personal life, and a sense of unfulfillment after retiring from basketball. This is the story of Karl Malone, the basketball legend whose life was plagued by tragedy. Karl Malone's childhood was marked by poverty and hardship. He was born in Summerfield, Louisiana, in 1963, to a family that struggled to make ends meet. When Karl was just 3 years old, his father left the family, leaving his mother to raise him and his 8 siblings on her own. Malone's mother worked long hours as a sharecropper, often leaving the children to fend for themselves. Money was scarce, and the family lived in a small, cramped house with no electricity or indoor plumbing. Malone's mother also struggled with addiction, making life even more difficult for the family. Malone found solace in basketball. He began playing at a young age and quickly became a star on the court. His talent and dedication to the sport would eventually lead him to a better life, but the scars of his difficult childhood would stay with him for years to come. After a successful college career at Louisiana Tech, Karl Malone was drafted by the Utah Jazz in 1985. Malone quickly established himself as one of the league's most dominant players, earning his first All-Star selection in just his second season. Over the course of his 19-year career, Malone amassed an impressive list of accomplishments. He won 2 MVP awards, in 1997 and 1999, was named to the All-NBA First Team 11 times, and led the league in scoring twice. He was also a tenacious defender and led the league in steals in 1997. However, despite his incredible individual success, Malone never won an NBA championship. He came close in 1997 and 1998, leading the Utah Jazz to the NBA Finals both years, but ultimately fell short. These near misses would haunt him for the rest of his life, and many consider them to be the one blemish on an otherwise remarkable career. Karl Malone's personal life was marred by controversy and strained relationships. One of the biggest controversies in his life occurred during his college years when he fathered 2 children out of wedlock. The children, Demetrius and Cheryl, were born to 2 different women, and Malone initially denied paternity of both. However, DNA tests later confirmed that he was the father, and he eventually acknowledged both children. Despite this acknowledgement, Malone's relationship with Demetrius and Cheryl was strained. They grew up largely without their father's presence and struggled to connect with him. In fact, Cheryl wrote a book in 1998 called Bastard Out of Carolina in which she detailed her difficult relationship with Malone. Malone's relationships with his other children were also strained. He had 3 children with his wife, Kay, but they reportedly had a rocky marriage. Malone was also accused of being a neglectful father, spending more time on the basketball court than with his family. Karl Malone was accused of having a sexual relationship with a 13-year-old girl in 1986. The girl's mother filed charges against Malone, alleging that he had impregnated her daughter. However, the charges were dropped due to lack of evidence, and Malone denied any wrongdoing. The allegations were a major scandal at the time, and they stained Malone's reputation. Many fans and commentators criticized him for his behavior, and the incident was often brought up throughout his career. It is important to note that the accusations were never proven, and Malone maintained his innocence throughout the ordeal. However, the incident serves as a reminder of the complexities and controversies that can arise in the lives of even the most successful and respected individuals. Karl Malone retired from professional basketball in 2004, after a 19-year career that included stints with the Utah Jazz and Los Angeles Lakers. He retired as the second all-time leading scorer in NBA history, behind only Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Malone struggled to adjust to life after basketball, and he reportedly suffered from depression and anxiety. He tried to stay involved in the sport as a coach and analyst, but he was never able to find the same sense of purpose and fulfillment he had on the court. Controversies and tragedies that marked his life, Karl Malone remains one of the greatest basketball players of all time. His legacy on the court is secure, and he is remembered as a dominant and tenacious player who helped revolutionize the power forward position. As we reflect on Karl Malone's story, we can see that even the most successful and talented individuals can face tremendous challenges in their personal lives. If you enjoyed this story, please consider subscribing to our channel for more content like this. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the life of Karl Malone.